Hello friend, welcome. In this video, I will set up my Saleor Core via Nginx. So basically, earlier we have seen that we serve our API is from 88,000 port, that is api.pricemenu.in:8000. We have seen that we serve api.pricemenu.in via 8000 port, and my website is also. So today, what we will do, we will serve this Saleor Core APIs through port 80. So let's start. So what we have to do is, first of all, so I'm stopping my PM2 server, PM2 processes. Let's go to uWhiskey doc. Basically, this is being used to serve Django application and Nginx. Here I am. Let's go through step by step. So as a concept, how it is being served, they have described. Basically, the concept is simple. A web server faces the outside world. It can serve file, HTML, images, CSS directly from the file system. However, it can't talk directly to the Django application. It needs something that will run the application, feed the request from the web client, and return the response. So basically, all the requests which are coming from my browser, they need to be delegated to the Django application. And how they will be delegated? It will be through a WSGI WSGI server, which is Web Server Gateway Interface for Python standard apps. And uWSGI is the implementation of WSGI. So, as a simple step, the web client is going to serve via web server. Web server is going to request WebSocket. WebSocket talks to uWSGI, and then uWSGI talks to Django. So basically, web client talks to web server talks to my socket talks to uWSGI, and uWSGI talks to Django application. So in order to fulfill that, I need to install all those dependencies. This is step by step guide. We have already done a lot of steps. So let's rewind. So we have our virtual environment set is in the name of VENV. Right, we have Django setup, we have Django admin site setup. This is setup. Let's start from here. So currently I am proceeding to my Saleor Core, and what I am doing is I am activating my virtual environment. So my virtual environment is activated. Let's install WSGI. This requirement is already satisfied. As you can see, I have already installed the uWSGI. But if your virtual env doesn't have uWSGI, this will install. No issues. As a next step, what it is asking me to create a test file just to check whether my uWSGI is working or not. So let's copy this thing and paste it as a test.py file. Yeah, so I already have this thing set up. What I'll do is I'll delete this, and I've copied the code. Yes, fine. So it is asking me to run this test file at port 80. Let's see. uWSGI. I'm serving through uWSGI --HTTP at 8000 port. I'm passing as WSGI file. And as you can see, it has spawned a worker. Let's see if it is working or not. At 8000 port. Yes, I can see hello world and I can see my request. That means UWSG is working fine. Let's proceed. So I'm able to see at 8000 port the web client UWSG Python. That means my UWSG is working. Let's test the Django server. As on 8000 port, my server was already working. Let's run it through UWSG. So here, what I will do is, here my UWSG file, where my UWSG file is, let's see, I will cd to Saleor. I can see there is a WSG folder where I have this file. So what I will do is, hyphen module Saleor.wsg. I am passing this module, and as you can see, it has spawned a server at 8000 port, and yes, my Saleor core is working. I can see the request. If I stop this UWSG process, my server will not work. So it means my this UWSG, my Django server is being served. My Django application is being served through UWSG module, and I can verify it. Let's go to the next step. Point your browser at the server, as it is saying that web client UWSG and Django. Yes, this is working fine. As a next step, it is asking me to install Nginx. We have already installed Nginx in our last video. So this is the important step. You will need the UWSG configure Nginx for your site. You will need the UWSG params file, which is available in Nginx directory of the UWSG distribution or from this particular git path. I can copy this thing directly. I can simply copy all this configuration, copy it in a project. In a moment, we will tell Nginx to refer it. So what I am doing is, let's cancel this process. I have created in my Saleor core at this path, at this path, I have created UWSG underscore params, and I have copy pasted all those params as described. Let's go through this thing. Now create a file called mysite nginx.conf in nginx sites available directory and put it in it. So let's see. I have created in the name of pricemenu.conf. Let's see if my configurations are same. So the upstream content, here it is saying serve Unix serve through 8001 port. Let's check this thing. I am serving through 8080 port. Let's change the port. I am serving it through 8080 port. Here asking me to change my configuration. So I have changed it to 8080. Server name remains the same, api.pricemenu.in. Access log, I can define the access logs. Let's keep it default. Access log and error log. Media, I passed the media path and my static path. These are the default setting. Also here I have passed the params path for my UWSG. As you can see, the file which I created, I pass the path over here. So this is my configuration file. All this file will be available in the resource section. So I am simply saving this file. As a next step, what I am supposed to do is I am supposed to symlink this file, newly created file under the sites enabled folder. Let's copy this command. So what I want to do is I want to symlink my etc nginx sites available price menu file over etc nginx sites enabled. My file is already available. Let's see. Yes, my file is already there. So this step is done. Uh, Deploying static files. I suppose this setting is already available under settings.py. Just to make sure my assets are available, I can simply run this command. There is no harm in running the command again. Yes. So I want to collect yes. So 0 copied, 271 unmodified. Now as a next step, what I can do is I can simply restart my server, and the restart has been done without any error. So he's asking me, let's test hello world through the socket file. Let's test this command. Is that 8001? It is not working due to some invalid request. Let's proceed. Let's run the Nginx server, Nginx and USG and test.py. So basically, this is the command which we going to run. This will not probably this will not work now. So let's see how we can make this work. So now we have introduced the socket. So we have to introduce the socket. So how socket will communicate? Let's set up that. We need to edit our socket file. We need to edit our Nginx configuration file. Let's do that. So we are running Django with the socket file command. Also, I'm changing the port to 80, not 8080. Let's restart Nginx. Let's see if this file is working. No, it is not working. Let's check out error. So the error which I am getting is permission denied error. As you can say, we have already mentioned I might get permission denied error. Let's run the command with this. With the permission 666. And yes, my file is working. Before this, I just need to make sure that I have my site.socket file should be there. This file is there. If it is not, what I can do is I can simply create this file with this command and I can run. Yeah, so it is working. My this step is also working. Now it is time to run my Django application with the UVS key. What I will do is I will simply change the path of simply change it to -module, which is failure dot basecamp. And yes, my server is up. If I access, I can access my price menu.in api.pricemenu.in at port 80. So now you Whiskey and Nginx should be solving. It's not just a hello world module, but your Django project, which I can see. Now it's time to configure Whiskey to run with the .ini file. If I see Saleor has already provided with the ini file, here I have got default ini file. The required settings are there. Let's try running UVSKey with my ini file. Let's see if it is working or not. So it is not connected with my ini file. The error which I am getting is failed to connect. This is not the permission issue. So it is not working on this, especially this path. Let's try cd to Saleor and this thing. Let's run this command. So basically here no module is found. There is no one. Here I get Saleor module is not found. Let's try to run over here. So we have to run this command from this path only. Here it has not given me any error, but still it is not working at this part. So let's stop over here. And I know the last working command was this. So my Django application was working with this command with the socket. So let's run this thing. And yes, my Django application is being solved. So what I can do is I can simply create a PM2 service. So here I can run this command with the PM2. So here is a command. First of all, I need to activate my VNV. After activating VNV, I am simply seeding to the current path and starting with this process. So right now this gateway is not working. Let's start. Yes, my app is being served. So in the next step, we will set up SSL at api.pricemenu.in. Thank you.